from Studio 3 at Buzz TV. It's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Welcome back to another episode of The Horse's Mouth Movers and Shakers, where we highlight those who are moving and shaking here around St. Augustine as we are on site at Stretch Lab in St. Augustine. I'm here with my co-host and franchise owner for Stretch Lab First Coast. We have David Ramos. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me, and welcome to our studio.
Thank you for letting us host here. It's been a beautiful place for us to do this series. I've loved every minute of it. So thank you. We have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
Ann Andrews with Wellness with Ann. Ann, thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks,
This is
Ann. Good friend
wonderful
and
opportunity.
partner.
Yes,
Hi.
wonderful. So tell us about some of your modalities that you utilize in Wellness with Ann.
Well, I have been licensed in massage therapy since 2003, and my specialty is in a very gentle form of body work. Most people have not heard of it, but it has been around since the 1970s, and it's called orthobionomy.
Orthobionomy.
Yeah.
Okay. May I have the definition?
Yes. Well, if you look at the Greek roots, ortho is to correct, bio is life, and nami is the study of. And if you put all that together, it's the study of the correct application of the natural laws of life.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a philosophy. It's not just technique.
Mm-hmm.
The techniques are a way to practice the principles
Mm-hmm.
of this body work.
And what does that look like when you have someone come in for the very first time? What does that look like with them?
Well, first time clients, I have them fill out an intake form because I need to know something about their health history and what's going on in their lives. And I'll do a physical assessment, like that's not quite like in physical therapy, but I will look at how do they move, how are they standing, what is their posture like. And then I'm going to just custom make the session and tailor it towards their needs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you have like a specific type, so let's just give an example of someone who's 55 years old,
Mhm.
they've been injured recently with a shoulder injury, and then they work a lot still.
Mhm.
What kind of tailoring would you use for that person?
Well, I'm not just going to work on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I look at the entire person. It's a more holistic approach.
Mm-hmm.
If their shoulder is injured, they're probably going to have some limited range of motion.
Mhm.
And so I'm probably not going to move that shoulder a whole lot. I'm just going to find ways to move that shoulder in a way that is comfortable for them.
Mhm.
Like, well, for instance, most people have tension in their neck and in their shoulders. And when that happens, the muscles shortened. And so the shoulder gets raised like this, right?
That's me.
That's you, right? Okay. So in other modalities, they're going to want to try and fix it and correct it. I don't do that. I work with the shoulder in such a way that I help it find a more comfortable way.
Mm-hmm.
And when it feels safe and supported, I just take it higher like this, because that creates more slack in the muscle, right? Adding a little compression towards the shoulder joint stimulates the proprioceptive sensors in that area that tell the brain and the nervous system where that shoulder is in space and in movement.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gives the brain information, and then the brain can realize, well, this doesn't have to be like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then the muscle length, drops on its own. The shoulder can drop on its own.
Wow.
And people aren't sore afterwards.
Wow.
That's the nice thing.
That is great. So
Yeah.
you are sending a neuro signal from moving the shoulder or a body part in a specific way to tell the brain, hey, you can relax in this space.
Yeah, I'm mirroring what the body is doing.
Okay.
If the shoulder is high, I exaggerate it. I'd make it even higher,
Mhm.
because that brings it to the attention of the brain and the nervous system. I'm just giving the body information, and then the body can decide what it's going to do with it.
This is
And that's
fascinating.
much different than a typical massage at a spa, right?
Right.
Mhm.
It's this body work can be pain relieving and relaxing, like massage. All body work is good.
Mhm.
There's not one thing that fits everybody, right?
Mhm.
But this is just a much gentler approach,
Mhm.
respecting the wisdom of the body. I'm not going to try and make that shoulder come down, because that could be really painful and it could create resistance. Instead, I just let the body do its own self-correcting by taking it higher.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you also weave into your practice some Reiki.
Mhm.
You're a Reiki practitioner as well.
Mhm.
So tell us about how those two work together.
Well, Reiki is different in the sense that the way I understand Reiki is that basically I am attuned to receive energy, and then that energy goes through my body, and then it goes to the person on the table, and it's going to go and heal and do whatever the body needs, right? It's a little different than orthobionomy. In orthobionomy, I'm tracking not just what's happening physically in the person, but I'm also tracking energetically what's also happening as
Wow.
well, which is also different
Mhm.
than massage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you share a success story with us?
Several. I can share my own success story too,
Yeah.
That'd be
because
great.
Yeah.
how I got into this was a long time ago, 20 years ago, really, over 20 years. I had just switched jobs and I was working at a desk all day, and I was experiencing a lot of pain in my upper back and in my neck from sitting at a desk, right? My body just wasn't designed for that sort of work. And I tried many things, many modalities: massage, chiropractic, physical therapy. All of those were helpful, because they're all designed to help people.
Mhm.
But for whatever reason, I just was not able to get better. I just kept re-injuring myself. I could get a massage, and although it would feel good, hours later, I would feel worse.
Mhm.
So it wasn't until I was introduced to this modality. By then, I'd already become a massage therapist because I fell in love with that and I wanted to help people.
Mhm.
And then I got my first session, and it just blew me away by how gentle and effective it was. There I am on the table, the practitioner. I had a lot going on in my body
Mhm.
that day, and she couldn't address it all. But she did release a muscle in my belly called the psoas muscle.
Yes.
It's the muscle that allows you to raise your leg at the hip like this, right? And it was very tight and then very tender. And as a massage therapist, you treat that muscle with a lot of respect. It has many layers, and you have to go real slow because it's super, super tender. It can make people jump off the table if you just go right in, right? She just held my leg, compressed this knee into my hip joint, and released it in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Wow.
And I was like, what just happened? She didn't even have to dig deep or anything. She was just supporting my leg and applying that compression into the shoulder joint, in hip joint, sorry.
Mhm.
And that stimulated the sensors. And then the body did the rest.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was hooked. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I need to learn this. I love helping people, but it's hard in my own body because I'm still healing.
Mhm.
So I decided to become certified in this modality. And so that's what I've been doing ever since. And I also teach it to massage therapists. I'm certified with the massage board in the state of Florida as well.
Fantastic.
How long is a typical session?
An hour or a
Mhm.
half hour, typically an hour.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what brings you the most joy about what you do?
Empowering people.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love that. I'm not trying to fix them. I'm trying to help them gain awareness of what's happening in their own body. And as they're receiving this body work, they start to come to certain realizations. Oh, now I know why it hurts when I do this,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it brings awareness to them and it empowers them. And I may have some suggestions, some things they can do for themselves,
Yeah. And then how long after a session does it depends on the body, it depends on the person, but
Yeah,
the results, how long do they typically last?
they tend to last longer.
Yeah.
Not always,
Mhm.
it just depends from person to person. How
Mhm.
long have they had this condition? If it's chronic, well, it's not going to change overnight, obviously. It
Mhm.
may take some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Anne, thank you for sharing your expertise with us and your wisdom with us. What a great modality, gentle and effective.
Mhm.
Those have been your keywords I've received. So
Gentle and effective. Yeah.
that's
And
fantastic.
where can people find out about how
Well,
to come
I'm
contact you?
here local in St. Augustine. This is where my practice is. If you want to find out more about my services and what I have to offer, just go to www.wellnesswithann.com.
Fantastic.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And David, thank you for having us.
Of course.
Yes, and viewers, we appreciate you for tuning in to another episode. If you want more information on Wellness with Anne, you can find out her information right below this interview and many other profiles right there on thedailynewsnetwork.com. We'll see you in the next episode of The Horse's Mouth Movers and Shakers.